I must have been 5 when I first had an experience of what I now understand and acknowledge to be a trance state. And it was via this kind of old gentleman called Father Bulatao of the Ateneo Centers. What happened was, it was what looked and felt like a truly magical experience as a kid, was that this kindly old man with a staff got a bunch of kids together, and we gathered around him. He looked and felt present, and everyone seemed to trust him, so we gathered around him, and we lay our hands on his hand, which was upon a staff which he proceeded to rotate, and we'd go with it, and in like a puff, we were somewhere else. It was like a mental jump, and we were somewhere else entirely. It's like those tales of old where you're invited by a dwarf and you take their hand and suddenly you're in their kingdom. And that's what it felt like. That was what the experience like, and it was entirely magical. Astounding. Really amazing. And I have memories of being in a place I still can't describe, but knowing that was really peaceful, comfortable, and fun. And the other kids were there too. Except during that time, I had more of a sense of myself being in like a large place, and you have a notion of the other kids being there. But even though I had my eyes open, I could not see with my outward eyes. and that to me was remarkable. And as a kid, you think not anything of it, you don't think much of it until later you think about it, and as you grow older, oh wow, that was magical. And then I learned about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, and then the first thought to come to mind, holy cow, that was hypnosis. That old man, that shaman, he was a hypnotherapist. And so I sought him out, and I sought out a bunch of other hypnotherapists, and I learned hypnotherapy and incorporated it into my medical practice, and I've been doing it ever since. And it's been newly strengthened and awakened with the understanding that actually, at our heart, all doctors, all physicians, all medical physicians, we're coaches, we're teachers. We do educos. We extract, we allow for a space within which people are able to open up to their own well-being. And that's an entire story in itself. But I hope the story about my first encounter with what was then the unknown of trance, or the hypnotic state. I hope this has been fun and educational for you. And if you got your own stories around Father Bulatao and other hypnotherapists, especially if you were a kid when you were first exposed to these things, and it's kind of colored you in one way or form or another, please let me know. Cheers.